Hey up YouTube, I am back on the personal mic today, because we are down at the Runnels on the Holderness coast. And it's a little bit windy. So I've got my personal mic on today. There's a little bit of chop on, sort of 2 to 3 foot swell. The one that I cast out at distance is really struggling to hold bottom, unless there's a fish on it. The setup time lapse you'll see was quite long. It took a while to get ready. There's a lot of nodding going on with the rods, but obviously there's a lot of wave noise. Anyway, I'll roll the credits, do the setup time lapse, and I'll talk to you after that. Yes, right. I'm going to reel these in. They've both been bouncing like mad. Not that I think there's anything on them, but it's past due. I will admit, casting into the wind with a multiplier is a little bit of a new experience. But this is coming rocketing in, so unless there's something swimming at me, there's nothing on it. Nothing on it. A little bit of weed, nothing too major. We'll get it rebaited. The baits have been nommed a little bit, I think. Yes. Oh yes. Yeah, there's definitely something been showing interest on them baits. Get a fresh worm on. There we go. Don't want a skinny boy. I was sorry to say I don't want a big boy, not yet. It's too early in the day. That'll do. You alright? Not bad yourself? How long you been here then? Oh yeah? Ugh. The lugs escaping. Have you had much interest? Are you all the way down there? Or I thought you were these two here. You're all the way down there.
Oh no, that's my lad and my mate.
Ah, right.
Down past Jimmy's brother, like, where the next two down.
Ah, right. Yeah. It's not as wild out there as I thought it were forecast to be, thankfully. So it was forecast to be bloody horrible today originally.
I was hoping it was going to be a bit flatter. I meant to be on my kayak at Hornsey, but
I remember you saying, yeah.
We got there and thought, sod that. So we had a session on the beach, not a sniff there. We got crabs. There was one lad saying, I've heard it a fair bit recently, he's saying you got a big brown crab like.
Yeah, I've heard that a bit. Yeah, big brown edibles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind one of them, to be fair.
Yeah, back in church, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd take home, to be honest.
Well, yeah. Yeah. But I'd take a big brown edible to take home for sure, as long as it's in size. Yeah. Mrs. loves bloody brown crab.
Don't get that weed on the line before you get set up.
Oh, yeah. I had forgotten. Cheers. Oh, I tell you.
I was just saying to Jimmy, we might up sticks and just walk down this way, just to the get down, just so we're still just the other side of the concrete, but just a bit closer so we can.
Yeah, bring yourself down.
Hop down and have a bit of banter.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly where you were going. I don't want to fucking, ask where you're going and then nick your spot. Stop that. Because everybody has their own little favourite place.
Well, this is all new to me.
Yeah, I've never been here before.
No, it's why. I mean, it's part of the reason why I wanted to come out. Really, if I get a chance to hit up a new mark, I'll always check it out. But yeah, it's grass that. The silage coming off. But yeah, I mean, toe's not too bad. You could bloody rock up between us and we won't make any bloody difference, would it?
Oh, no,
I mean, I tend to go straight anyway. Jimmy's brother likes to go like that.
Yeah. No, we'll stay that side of him. I'm certainly not coming between you. That's far too close. No, we're three of us on two rod rests. We can get in enough trouble on our own.
Yes, I can well imagine. Right, see if I can win knot this again. Speak to you in a bit, mate. Oh, all right. Oh, fuck that up. Here's where I win knot it now. Bet you. It's got to be. Although, to be fair, I didn't see that one land. I didn't see that land, to be honest. I lost that one. Oh, that's good. That's what I want. Ask you if this wind gets any worse, I'll be casting from underneath Jimmy. I should have a look at that other one really, but if I bring it in too soon, bait will still be bloody frozen. I'll sit and have some lunch, I think. I've not had anything to eat yet today. Jimmy's other rod just went slack. I can only tell because I'm looking at the ball of weed that's on it there.
Yeah.
It touched the water and came back up then. But he can't be far out. I think he's been washed further in than he realises. My Stu, I think he's sorting them now anyway. Man, his rod's still tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
He knows better than me anyway. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know if my plan's going to work for tomorrow. I've signed up for a bloody mile sea swim at Withensea.
God, weather's supposed to get worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talking to George at Bait Shop, he was hoping to get out. He was hoping to get out Monday. Which says wind's been. It's like it's moved back.
Yeah.
It's got later. Where wind was supposed to start kicking up today. It looks like it's kicking up Sunday, Monday now.
Yeah. I don't mind swimming in this submersible. There's no way I'd say to a load of swimmers, I'll look after you, I'll keep you safe.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
No, not a chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. Somebody somewhere has got to be responsible for all those people. And also, you're relying on them telling you the truth about how strong a swimmer they are.
Well, I think it's an entry unwritten job.
Well, you'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Aaron and I are out on the water with supposedly a safety car here, but how much use they're going to be in this much surf? I don't know.
Not if it's meant to pick up.
We'll see. Anyway, I'm bringing the kids and bodyboards, so we'll have a splash.
You'll have a good day no matter what, eh?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
I haven't come down yet. There's not that many rocks.
Now. No, I mean, once it gets over this patch where we're stood,
Yeah.
you know, you're pretty much all right. Because it'll be, I reckon it's going to be just before that bulk of that shale today. But I don't know what time high tide is.
I'm going to bring them down here anyway.
Yeah. Why not? Is he in? He's looking rather intently. Something's pulling back, isn't it? Is something pulling back? No, yeah.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, you got to be hopeful, haven't you?
Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Alright, speak to you in a bit. Right, where are we? Anyway, guys, I just need to say this. I'm just recording this as a bit something to add in a little bit later on, because I forgot to do one earlier in the video. If you've made it this far into the video, 10, 15, 20 minutes into the video, and you're enjoying the chilled out, relaxed rantings and the music and all the bits and pieces, please do press that subscribe button. It really does help me out. Until next time, or until, you know, the next bit of the video, I'll see you in a bit. Just chatting with Lee there. I've got some fresh bait out, or fresh-ish. It's been about 5-10 minutes. So I'm just going to sit and have some lunch. I've had no snap yet today. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I'm absolutely Hank Marvin. So I'm going to have some snap, let these soak for a little bit. Shall we time lapse it? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll time lapse it. And it'll either be in the finished edit or it won't, eh? What I'll do is I'll bring you round the side a little bit so that the rod tips are a bit easier for you guys to see. I'll talk to you in a bit. Just one more thing before I start this time lapse, guys, before I forget. You should be able to see. I think you can anyway. Can you? Where is he? No, you can't. Jimmy Cod Bites. The link to his channel is always down in the video description. Now, if you're watching this saying, well, there's nothing there, Russ, it just says show, says a little bit about where you are, and click on show more. It'll drop down. There's a whole load of links to other YouTubers there. Click on that. Go check out Jimmy. Far more knowledgeable fella than I, and he prefers to fish for for more of a specimen fish, whereas I'll hit anything, or I'll try to hit anything. I just want to give Jimmy a shout out. His channel's enjoying a really nice boom of success at the moment, and I'd like to keep that going for him. Excellent angler, very knowledgeable angler. And he knows his stuff far more than I do. So please do go check him out and subscribe. The link to his channel is in my video description. It always is, it lives there. All right, go check him out, excellent angler. If you don't, well, there's nothing I can do. I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, to give you a bit of a give you a bit of an update. I've just been down to see Jimmy Cod Bites. We're all getting bangs, definite bites, without a doubt, definite bites. It's just converting them into fish. But talking to Jimmy and the fellas that know a little bit more about this mark, you know, this is when it should start to fish. I mean, we pitched up here, we were a little bit early on the beach, we were kind of trying to fish in a little bit of water, not enough water to fish in really. We're now getting some depth in the water, which you can tell because the leads are managing to hold a bit better. I'm hoping to drop from a 6 ounce to a 4 ounce and really launch a bait out past these breakers, because I would possibly, with a power tip on, which is what I've got on, and a little weight, a 4 or a 5 ounce, I could probably get just to the other side of these breakers from where we currently are standing. But yeah, you'll probably see I actually went for the yellow rod in the time lapse because there was a solid bite on it. But it is hard to see the bites today. It is very hard to see the bites today. The biggest problem I'm having is with the firm tip on the pen, is it's pulling the lead out. It's popping the lead. So rather than the tip obviously taking some of the shock, the big waves are hitting the line and it's popping the lead, which then in turn obviously the lead is then washing in a little bit. But I've just sent a whole squid out on it as opposed to some soft worms, because worms, the baits are getting chewed. They're definitely getting chewed. That's gone slack. That's gone slack. Let's have a feel. Nothing there. Or if there is something there, it's not playing. Yeah, so the waves are popping the leads. I don't really want to go to the 7-8 ounce leads if I can help it. I'm very tempted to do some rapid fishing. Put a flapper on, put a smooth lead on, cast it over there and let it wash round, cast it over there, let it wash round. Let's see if we can pick up some flatties. But I would imagine in actual fact, until this water deepens off a little bit, I would imagine it's there's not much in the way of flatties in there until it deepens off. We'll have to wait and see. Fair play to Marcus. He's battling on, he's learning a lot today. Today is a hard learning day for Marcus. Fishing in these slightly more adverse conditions. Yeah, he's just wrapped the rod. Is it wrapped? I can't tell. I can't tell if his line's wrapped around his eye. Let's have a look at his. I just want to watch his cast for a minute. He's not reset his lead legs, and he's kept it short. What's happened there? He snapped off. Yeah, it's cracked off. I'll speak to you in a bit. Right. Well, ow! Ow! Bloody line burn on my fingertip, on my thumb tip. I just thought, I've not been recording for like an hour or so, or half an hour or so. So I just thought I'd have a chat. We're all getting bites. Everybody's getting bites. Marcus is getting bites, Alf's getting bites, Jimmy's getting bites, Lee's getting bites, Jimmy's brother's getting bites, whose name unfortunately escapes me. I want to say Mark, but I don't think that's right. Oh. But we're not getting fish. Hang on a sec, let me give that lens a wipe. There we go. Alf, I think in actual fact, literally just lost a fish in the surf. Literally just lost a fish in the surf. Something I need to speak to Marcus about actually is retrieving a fish in these waves, or it's about retrieving fish in these waves, and how tricky it can be, and to time your you're reeling, so to speak. We all firmly believe that there's schoolie bass out there. So we're just waiting for the deeper water, really, for Mummy and Daddy to turn up. But we're having to use heavier leads. I don't like heavier leads. But I've dropped down from a polypennel with a 302 on it. I'm now using two 2-hook clip downs with size 1/0s on. These are actually, they're a new hook I've not used before. They're the Sakuma. Just resent you. That's got to be wave noise, hasn't it? Oh, it's got to be wave noise. Yeah. I think I've just popped the lead, but Sakuma Stingers, it's their J hook. I'd not seen them before. I can't remember where I got them from. And as luck would have it, they seem to. I bought the cheap ones because Sakuma do a pro line. I don't know what the difference is. I'm assuming it's a different metal. They do a pro line and a standard line, and I ordered 2 packets of the standard. And they've sent me 2 packets of the pro line, and I've got to say they're bloody sharp. This rod's bouncing, but it's not bouncing in time with tide. But when I just had a feel of it, I didn't feel anything. That's got to be something. Let's have a look. No, I think it's lead bouncing. I'll have to reel it in now. Take you with me. Well, I'll point you down the beach. Yeah, nothing. The worms haven't been touched, so it must have just been the lead bouncing. Which is weird because this is the heavier lead. But these worms, literally, I sent them just before I put the camera on, so I'm not going to change them. Though looking at them, actually, maybe someone has had a go at them. The middles, the guts are dripping out of them. So maybe someone has had a sniff. Oh. But literally, I mean, we may be casting 30 yard out. We're really not casting very far at all. And that's where we're all seeing action. We're not seeing action out at range. We all started, as we normally do, with one at range, one close in. And we're seeing nothing on the range rods. Nothing at all on the range rods. So, I'm going to pop you back on time lapse for a little bit. And we'll see what we can see. See, look, that rod's bopping already. I think the seas are just a little bit too rough, although that's got a 7-ounce lead on it. It's got a 7-ounce lead on that, and it's just throwing it around for fun. That's why it's so difficult to tell the difference between bites and wave noise today. But I'll pop you back on time lapse, I'll speak to you in a bit. Here we go, guys, fish on the beach. Only just, only just. And it's a little pouting. This is what Jimmy's come to catch.
That's what I'm looking for, one of them.
A little pouting.
It's about half size of that one I had. That's 3 pouting in that out of here then now in the last hour. Yeah.
There we go, we'll get it put back. Yeah, stunning fish. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Hey, come here, you little...
Yeah, when they're bigger.
Yeah.
It's still a nice fish though.
The cod family, aren't they?
They lose that black spot though, don't they, when they get a bit bigger? Because that one I had, it didn't have
the cod family, aren't they? Are the cod family?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you can hate me all you want. I've been doing this a year and a half. You've been doing it 3 weeks. Oh, it's not right happy. You don't get beginners looking fishing. Right place, right time. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got both of them in short now. Yeah. You're not on circles, are you? Hey? You do, yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure you could lose a fish in a pond. You're going to go pull your double shot in, are you? So I've hit Jimmy's target species today, guys.
Yeah.
It's all I've been fishing.
Huh?
It's all I'm fishing. Just one worm on its own, on each hook.
Oh, you're not been using squid anymore?
Not yet.
Oh.
But yeah, just one worm on its own on each hook. That's all I'm using. This is what I'm saying to you. And I remember being in your shoes and thinking, oh, you need a big bait on. And it wasn't until about 4 months ago, Alf and I went down to Bonkers Bank just to a session we thought was far too early for it to be fishing well. And we used little baits, these hooks, and had £3 bass on them, which in bass terms is like that.
Yeah. I want one of those.
And at that point, I realised, you know what? I don't need to be using a 2.0 or a 3.0 size hook. I'll stick to my size 1s, my 1.0s, and single baits. especially in conditions like these. And in conditions like this, you need the little fish to be able to hook up. I mean, I only just landed that when it fell off the hook. As I was turning camera on, it fell off the hook.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's it. And it does take time for you to get your head round the fact that you don't need to be using a big chunky bait, because you'll catch a small fish with a small bait, whereas you won't catch a small fish with a big bait, but you will also catch a big fish with a small bait.
It's weird how it works,
It
isn't
is. But it took a year for that to sink in with me.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as you southerners with your multipliers and your
I'm not a frigging southerner.
Where is it you always refer to fishing when you're talking about fishing?
That's because it's the only place I went.
Therefore, your fishing experience is southern fishing experience.
Northern,
Which is-
northern canals and rivers and ponds and things like that.
Only thing I'm finding myself doing today is I'm letting go of this too early. But if I don't, because of the nature of the rod, it's just gone. It's a great rod. I mean, I put nothing into that at all.
No, you don't have to wheel. That's one of the things I like. You don't have to, you know, like your fixed spool,
Yeah.
you've got to give it a bit of
Oh, no, I don't have to whip fixed spool. Depends on the rod. Yeah, you probably do have to give it a bit more, yeah. Yeah, the line is freer. It's just a lot of farts. It's just a lot of faffing about, feeding line back on and... Yeah. Oh, am I going to upset Marcus here? No. Thought I felt something, but I didn't. I still wouldn't go over to a purely multiply setup.
No. No, that's what I was saying last night about how do you that?
Yeah. 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 Well, these have been chewed. These have been chewed. Yeah. I have to ask the people out there in YouTube land, you know, a little pouting like the one we just brought in, are they known for sucking on worms?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, they've not got a big mouth like a cod.
No, but they're toothed. They've got teeth.
Yeah. What are they doing? Are they just sucking it in and
I presume so.
out again?
Yeah. Because, I mean, like you said, little gob,
Yeah.
but these worms from Georgia's are like frigging snakes again,
That's it.
which is good.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not a complaint, but it's it does mean that the fish are playing with it more.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's what it's like having a big willy. Do women play with it more if you've got a big one?
I don't know. I've
No, I don't.
never-
No. 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 I couldn't tell you. There goes my monetisation. I think I'll have to beep that out. Yeah, I think we're going to struggle with the water today, guys. But yeah, nice little pouting. It's a nice one for the species hunt. I don't know who he thinks I'm talking to. Alf, when you're watching this video back, I don't know who you think I'm talking to. But yeah, we got the what was I saying? Pouting, yeah. As far as I'm aware, and I'm sure somebody's going to pipe up and say otherwise, we don't see many of them on the other side of the Humber, on the East Lincolnshire coast. So I'm glad to have added that to my species list. So far this year, we had cod, bass, whiting, flounder, dab, smoothhound, dogfish. So for my species hunt, the only thing left that I want to get back this year is a ray. But I think, unless we get in the next week or two, well, we get a good condition for rays, I think I'm going to miss them. Because, is that my blood? I don't think that's my blood. Just because of sort of how and when I can get out, snip the tail off you a little bit, is going to make it very difficult for me to be able to get out for the rays. They're picky for their conditions. And they're not around for very long. So who knows? Who knows? I would like, you know, that's all I've got left that I really want to catch this year is a smoothhound. Not a smoothhound. I've had a smoothhound, although I would like a bigger smoothhound, and I will be going out for the smoothhounds. They tend to hit our coast, the East Lincolnshire coast, around about July, August time. So it's a bit early for them yet on the East Links coast. But I will be going out for them. I know Jimmy wants to target a smoothhound at some point, but the conditions just ain't there for him today. I'd like to go on record as saying, you know, so far remaining this year, I'd like to hit a ray of any kind and a taupe. There's been some small taupe brought in, so I would like to hit a taupe. That would be pretty cool. Tide noise, guys. Look at that. Wow, that really dragged my line. That's got to have popped my lead. That's got to have popped my lead. I'm going to have to move back again. So let's get you guys resituated, because well, we need to. And I'm going to move quite far. I'm going to move to where I'm hoping is going to be safe. He says, worried. Very worried. Oh. Now I'm moving to behind this morning's tide line. And the reason for that is that tonight's tide is meant to be smaller than this morning's tide. However, recent outings have shown that tide time reports and tide heights are just out the window at the moment. They're completely bloody random. Wind that drag off. Not that far, that there. Oh! away, run away, run away. Always reminds me of the Monty Python sketch. Brave, brave, brave Sir Robin. Right, situated and safe again. Have a drink and a chill out, and I'll speak to you in a bit. All these time lapses, I am just back and forth constantly between the other fellas that we're fishing with, between helping out Marcus and trying to watch my own rod, so I'm actually exhausted. So I'll talk to you in a bit. There we go, guys. Fish number 2. Another little pouting. I just spent ages stood talking to Jimmy down the beach. Comes back up, checks me rod, and that's actually quite a nice one. Aren't they a stunning fish? I know I'm struggling to show you, but aren't they a stunning colour? Sorry, try this. Right, I need to get it back, but aren't they a stunning looking fish? Look at that. Remember at Cod Family, look, got a little beard. Let's get it put back. Oh, without taking my tripod out. Oh, I'm gonna have to check the other rod as well because that's gone slack. I'm hoping and praying. Hey? You've been... The difficulty is, it's like I was saying earlier, for someone like Marcus, well, for all of us really, in conditions like this, it's difficult, nigh on impossible, to see your bites. You know, differentiating between a bite and wave noise when the waves are as big as they are is a very difficult thing to do. I have to walk down with this one. There might be something on this one as well. There we go. 2 fish. 2 pouting. I'm really glad. I'm really happy. I gotta say, I'm really happy. Any day you can add a new species onto your catch list has got to be a good day. Hey! Jimmy's finally in. It's what Jimmy was targeting today, was a pouting. So Jimmy's hit in. So and all my 2 pouting have both been on worm. So he can bait up with a couple of worms. I really would like for him to just catch his first fish, break his fishing virginity. Oh, you're a bit floppy, but you're full of juice. So you're going on hook anyway. Oh dear me, I need to put a stop knot actually on these bottom hooks, because actually, yes, I know what I can do. I've got some of them little Moongo silicone beads. The top worm, because the sea's so rough, the worm on the bottom hook that doesn't have a bait stop on it, the worm's just getting pushed back up. So what I've got is this little tub of silicone beads from Moonglow. And we can just put one of these on. Shall we try one that's a bit colourful, see if it acts as an attractor? I always forget I've got these. Thanks to Mick for giving me them. Which one was I baiting? You. And they're just little pieces of silicone. So I'm just going to put just some silicone stoppers to stop these worms blowing up the hook. Quite so much, because I could have had double shots possibly that I've missed out on because the worm's blown up the hook. So let's get this one back out, get the other one baited back up and reshot. Oh, I need to rinse the lead out on the other one. Oh. But yeah, Jimmy went over to the lug, caught. I've been fishing on the lug all the way through pretty much. So George's lug has done it again. Right, just go rinse this lead off, because I've had it dangling in the sand, and these Gemini leads, I do find these Gemini leads hold better, but they do clog up. Oh, I think that's a fish apiece. One fish on both rods. Fishing both rods close in, about 20-30 yard. Both with 2 hook clip downs. Both with lug worm on. Blow lug, sorry, as some of you know it. And there we go. It's done the biz. Twice for me so far. Just add a bead onto this bottom hook. I mean, it depends what you believe, but a lot of people say attractors don't mean jack on this coast because the water's so murky, and I can kind of see where that's coming from. But I gotta say, the rigs that I made with the booby beads and with some of these Moonglow beads, you know, I purposely made a bit of a, well, I'll be honest, a bit of a joke rig. You know, I put loads of bling on it, loads of bits and pieces, and we went down to Fitties, and it caught. You know, it worked. So, you know, there must be something to be said. I mean, the best thing about them booby beads is they're not just visual, they're audio as well, so maybe there's something to be said for these rattles. I am starting to see more of them on the market, so maybe there is something to be said for them. Who knows? Not I. I couldn't resist the urge to send that one a little bit. I'm 2 fish in now, 1 on each rod. I couldn't resist the urge. So I didn't launch it, but it's probably, whereas the Vega's probably only 30-40 yards, I've maybe put that one at about 60 to 80. Just to see if the little pouting are being pushed in, just to see if there's anything slightly bigger behind them. That wasn't a bite, that was waves. Right, rather than keep boring you with really long time lapses, because this is quite a lengthy session, I'll knock the camera off for a little bit. In fact, no, you know what, I'll time lapse, but I may not put it in the finished video. How does that sound? So I'll talk to you in a bit, guys. Fish number 3, fish number 3. Oh, no wonder you were kicking off. Number 3, a watch strap. Hey. Come here. Oh. You're not going to be able to see anything now. But a Dover sole. A nice sized Dover sole, in fact. A very nice sized Dover sole. Not as wide, but definitely there in length. I'll get it put back, get rebaited and reshot. Never see it. You normally see Dover sole bites, they're normally quite positive. Never saw that one. Although, to be fair, I've been up and down the beach again. I should spend more time watching my rods. That's fish number 3, 2 species in this session. Happy days. I'll see you in a bit. God, they're strong little fish. Here we go, guys. Number 4 of the session, and it's another Dover. It won't unfurl. This one's really, really fighting me. Now, whilst this one is legal size, we've measured it, it won't uncoil. It has swallowed the hook, and I could not get it out. You'll have seen it in time lapse. I've been fighting with it. Could not get the hook out, so I've had to cut the hook off. So this one will be going home. This one will be going home with me. It's just in size, but you know, I would have preferred to put it back to fight another day. But c'est la vie. Well, that's the wrong saying, I suppose. But yeah, guys, we're coming up to last cast now. It's knocking on a bit. The fishing's dying off a bit. So we're coming up close to last cast. So I'll pop you back on time lapse while I sort this one out, because I don't want to distress it out any longer than it already has been. And I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, let me just check microphone's still on. It is just. Right guys, I've never seen that before. Cut the hook off on that Dover. I'm about to dispatch it, obviously off camera. But it spat the hook, didn't it? So it's gone back. Spat the hook out. Happy days, it's gone back. Well, not happy days for me, because I love Dover sole, but you know, do what's right. It were only just legal size, so it's gone back. I am officially on last cast. I'm going to pack down one of the rods, the other rod's staying out. I'm going to pack down the camera and everything, so if there's any more fish comes in, it'll be on the screen somewhere around here. Or if there's anything of note comes in, if it's a little pouting or anything like that, I probably won't bother. But if it's a 6 pound cod, I might even re-unpack the camera and video it. Anyway, chance would be a fine thing. So that's going to be it from me today down at the Runnels on the Holderness coast. It's been a great session. It's been lovely to be out with Jimmy, Marcus, Alf. It's great to be out with great people. It's a shame Shane, Taxi Dave, and a few of the others couldn't be with us today. That would have made it a really good day. It was nice to meet Lee. Pleasure to meet you. Lovely fella. I hope your swim goes well tomorrow. And yeah, aside from that, if you've made it all the way right to the end of this video, please do press that subscribe button. I'm literally so close to 1,000. Like at this point at which I'm saying this, I'm at 998. You know, spitting distance. I can touch it. But yeah, I'm going to get packed down. We're losing the light. I don't have the night gear with me. I'll be honest, this sun set a lot faster than I thought it would. So that's all from me. Tight lines, stay safe. Until next time.